there are 36 departmental officials here. I'm hoping that there might be one person that could, that has some knowledge of the carbon tax in the group that we have here today. Is that the case?
Yeah, you can stop just if we have an official that
Is there
would be
anyone?
best suited to be at the table. No, I guess.
You could say no instead of not saying anything.
Well, and I'll just say for the people, for MP Morantz, the people at the table, the officials at the table, they, like I said, we have a lot of officials here in the room. They're not necessarily the officials that would answer to that, but it doesn't sound, it doesn't look like we have an official that would be able to take that up.
How many officials are there in the?
There's 36 officials are with
in
us.
the department.
1,200.
How? 1,200?
Finance, yeah.
There's 1,200 officials in the Department of Finance? No.
Okay.
Is
There are
anyone-
36 officials with us here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so there's no one here who could answer a question about the carbon tax. Is that correct? Someone want to say yes? Just not, could you say yes so it's in the record? Yes,
Well,
just say yes.
well,
You don't want to say yes? You
MP
don't want to
Morantz,
speak?
I think, just to.
I just find it astounding.
We don't want to
that
put the
they-
officials in a difficult spot.
36 members of the
The officials
department
will
here.
answer the questions that they can.
Well, I'm asking a question. Is there anyone here who can answer a question about the carbon tax? Looking around, nodding, there's nodding I see in the negative, but no one is actually speaking, Mr. Chair. Okay, so I will move on then. The Cullen Commission found that there was a 5% increase in housing prices due to money laundering in British Columbia. Has the department done any analysis to determine what the effect on housing prices has been across the country?
We do have an official coming.
Anybody want to answer anything? Any one of you people? What the fuck are you guys doing here?
I can see that.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. Oh.
Kind of, yeah,
Ju-
what
Just-
department?
Just before you start, Ms. Hunt, do you know anything about the carbon tax?
I can confirm, no, I do
Okay,
not know
good.
anything
Okay,
about
thank
the
you,
carbon
thank you. I
tax.
appreciate that. That's wonderful, an answer. Okay, great. Okay, tell me about housing prices. Are they affected by money laundering?
Excellent. Thank you, Chair. Thank you for the question. I've appeared in front of this committee before to explain how important the importance the government places on its anti-money laundering, anti-terrorist financing regime. And certainly we recognize that the housing market in Canada is one where there is risks related to money laundering and terrorist financing. The government has taken several steps over the last several years to be able to address these risks in the housing market, including a proposal in the Fall Economic Statement of 2023 to include Charlene. Now I'm getting nervous, so I probably shouldn't do this.
That's okay.
To capture title insurers and incorporate them into our anti-money laundering, anti-terrorist financing regime, as well as enhance the obligations for participants to make sure that we're verifying the identity of unrepresented parties in a transaction.
Thank you, Ms. Hunt. But, and just because I have limited time, a fairly simple question, and if you don't have this data, feel free just to say we don't have it. Really, my question is, does the department have any data that would show that money laundering has caused housing prices to increase across the country? Just like the Cullen report found in Vancouver.
The Cullen report, and there was another study in the British Columbia that also identified this as a risk. I think there's a general understanding that it's difficult to quantify the potential effect that this would have, but that there is effects of money laundering in the real estate
So yes,
sector.
there is an effect on housing prices. Okay, I have my time I have left. I have a question for the criminal code lady. Which one is? There you are. Okay. It's still okay to say the word lady, I think. But, Ms. Cassidy, why are there amendments to the criminal code in a budget bill?
So I think, as my colleague from the Department of Finance indicated, the government maintains a high priority on its anti-money laundering, anti-terrorist financing regime, and that regime, which is led by the Department of Financing, includes representatives of various departments and agencies, including
Just down to my
the
last 30
Department of
seconds.
Justice.
I'm really sorry, but these are amendments to the criminal code. Last time I recall this happening, it was to cut a deal for S&C Lavalin by bringing in amendments to the criminal code and a budget bill that would provide them with an ability to have their prosecutions deferred. So pardon me if I'm a little suspicious of amending the criminal code in the context of a budget bill. So I'm just asking again, shouldn't this be something that is implemented separately in a bill and considered at the Justice Committee, not the Finance Committee?
Thank you for your question. The decision regarding what is included in a finance bill, a budget bill, a fall economic statement bill is made by the Deputy Prime Minister and the Prime Minister. Thank you.